Hey guys, welcome to Full Soul Travel. I am Marion, creator of this channel, the host. How's everyone doing this Sunday? It is Sunday evening here in Dar es Salaam. I'm sure it is maybe the afternoon or the morning, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm gonna wait for some folks to arrive. With those of you who are watching on the replay. Pretty much tomorrow will be day one. Sorry. Tomorrow will be 5 months here living in Tanzania. Yes. I cannot believe I've been in Africa for 5 months. It's kind of spectacular. So today's live is pretty much going to be about that and also a couple updates. So let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Kind of doing a different setup. I'm not sure if I'm liking it because I have to hold my light up instead of just having on my table. But let me know where you guys are tuning in from before we get this live started. I hope everyone is just feeling really good today on this lovely Sunday. Okay, so I was just reflecting this month of, if you haven't seen some of my travel vlogs yet, I would highly recommend pausing this and then going ahead and checking them out. But I had a few moments of where I was pinching myself that I'm living here, that I'm living in Africa. That kind of hit me this month. I don't know why. But I will say that this journey has not been that easy, but it's been very fulfilling. It's been extremely fulfilling. I just feel very grateful to have this experience. It was hot. I think this light, I have this light thing going on because otherwise it's gonna be, let me see. I should have just kept my same little spot. I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. This is how it's gonna be right now because I can't hold that light. It's too heavy. So yeah, welcome you guys for checking in. Hi there from Michigan, Mambo. If you guys are just checking in, I'm Full Soul Travel. Yes, I had 5 months in Africa. This is actually the longest that I've been away from living in the States. Before that, I spent 3 months in London and then 3 months living in India. So 5 months. And I'm starting to feel at home here. Starting to feel at home and at peace here in Tanzania. Sorry, you guys. My setup is a little different, so that's why I'm kind of looking away. Let's see. Yeah. So let me know who's on the live today. 5 months in Tanzania. Okay, so when I first got here, there's always an adjustment, a learning curve that happens when you embark upon anything that's new. You have to, anytime you travel somewhere, it's always going to be newness. Everything was different, from the language to the culture to the people to the way they drove to the cars they drove to the way the homes are set up to the way the bathrooms are set up. Everything was different, so it was a lot of adjusting that I had to do. And sometimes you feel like you're ready to do that, but other times you're kind of thrown into that. So it was a mixture of both. As someone who is a traveler that's experienced in traveling, it's something that I felt like I was ready for, but naturally it's not as easy. And I would say the first couple of months, I was very undecided, but I don't think it's enough time to say you like something, you like somewhere, that you want to live somewhere within a month or two. So I will say over the last month, I feel more at home. I feel more like established, more like solidified living here versus in the beginning. So yeah, that aspect of this journey has been like so good, so good. So if you guys are just joining the live, come say hi. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, who's here. Make sure, can you hear me right? I have this mic on. I don't know if it's sounding right or not, so let me know. I'm gonna turn down my music a little bit. But yeah, I was just thinking about like even 6 months ago, the beginning of December, like that process of like, you have your ticket, you start packing, you're getting ready to leave, but you're still in the same state. You still have to kind of deal with the same stuff. How different like my mindset is, how different I am physically, spiritually, emotionally. Like I feel like such a weight has been released off of my shoulders, but there still is a lot more things that I'm trying to unpack since I've been here. Every day I feel like I'm constantly learning versus being on like an autopilot state. Whenever you just kind of know what everything's going to happen, you know where you're going to get your food from, how you're going to get home, like just the routes, all that stuff. It's a lot of sameness. So when you travel, everything is new, it's different. You're on your toes. You're on your toes a lot. So, and then on top of that, I'm doing YouTube. So that is just a totally different layer to this journey than just if I would have just came here and I didn't share. From meeting so many people, from interacting, from being able to be creative, it's opened up different sides of me. So again, if you guys just tuned in, let me know how y'all are feeling, where you guys are at, all of that goodness. Yeah, so I mean, over the last 5 months, I would say every month, and I've been doing like these month check-ins, which are really good. I highly recommend people, not only if you're moving here, just in general, to journal or to video journaling for me, or like I do a lot of voice memos. You can go back and you can really see the state that you're in, whether you are a writer or you're someone that loves to speak. But something about like video journaling, which I've been doing here for you guys, you can kind of see physically the state that you're in, how you're feeling. A lot of times when you write things out, you don't know the mood that you're in. You don't know the expression, all of those things. So every month from day one, the first day I arrived, I kind of like reflected to the first month. To every month, I've just been like reflecting on how I feel, and I see the progress in this journey, in my mindset, and how I feel here. And I think that the more time that I spend here, the more time that I literally fall in love with Tanzania. And especially as I've been traveling and exploring different parts of this country outside of Dar es Salaam, like this is literally one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Like, I don't even think I feel like my vlogs don't do it justice. It's like one of those things you have to physically be there to like feel it. But I love sharing, and I love sharing with you guys to show you what I see, and I try to do my best to really make you feel like you're there so you can experience the feeling that I'm feeling. So I hope that comes across, that is conveyed to you, and that your perspective of what Africa is, or even what Tanzania is, that you have a different perspective tuning into Full Soul Travel. So yeah, that is just like such a big takeaway, just like this love that I feel for this country, and just like this appreciation, like even in the language, like it's a very singy songy language. Like for instance, everywhere you go, they say mambo, and then you say poa. Like that just feels good instead of saying hello, hi, how are you? Fine. Like that's a huge difference. Like you just feel good saying mambo. Like you can't help but to smile at somebody. Like you're just giving them positive energy by saying mambo and poa. I love that. That's one of my favorite things. And as I've been learning more of the language, I'm hearing the songiness, if that's even a word, but like the inflations up and down and how they speak. It's very beautiful. It is, and like just the different words I've been learning and different phrases and understanding more of the culture and the people, and letting go of like whatever I had in the beginning that was kind of like a little tug of war feeling. I've really been trying to like let that go and just constantly be in the observer seat and like the student seat. And like, what can I learn just by observing? What can I take in just by, taking new things in, learning new things? So in that aspect of it, I feel like a constant level of growth every day. Just even from like in my building, everyone is Tanzanian. I'm like the only foreigner here. And just in my neighborhood, it's not really that many foreigners. It's kind of local. And, like my security guard, he don't speak no English. He speak like a little English, and I speak Kidogo Swahili. And so I learned different words from him because we're trying to communicate. And, like, this is very basic, but like, I didn't know how to say goodnight, or I couldn't remember. Sometimes my memory is just not the best. So, I would ask him, like, how do you say goodnight? And then I'll type it in on Google Translate, and then he'll say, tell it to me. And then every night I'll come home and say, instead of me asking, he'll just say, Isiko Wema. Wait, did I say that right? Yeah. Isiko Wema. Now I just forgot. No, it is Isiko Wema. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isiko Wema. Yes. Every night he would just say it. But even like the way he says it, it's like very singy-songy, Isiko Wema. It just feels good. Or like if I'm in Ubers, they'll ask me, obviously you can hear my voice, that I'm not Tanzanian, but they'll ask me like, do you know any words in Swahili? And I'll say like, the few phrases that I know, and they'll be like, oh, that's so good. Or like if I say sawa, that means okay. Or sawa, that means okay. They'll be like so impressed. I'm like, this is just such a basic word. I should be knowing more. But just feeling support and encouragement from people, because I am trying and I do want to learn the language. And I do have like a love for it. And just like, I have a video that's coming up. I tried a new Tanzanian dish that I was very adamant about not trying because it did not sound good. But you'll see in the video that it was a positive experience. So just for me, I think I feel like I'm an open person, but then I also have things about me that I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to try that. Even within this new state that I'm in. So taking the time to try something new, to expand myself, that's the beauty in life, is because life is constantly evolving and changing. You should be constantly evolving and changing. Anytime you stay the same or it's like static, is that's not good. So let me check in with you guys. I was just went on a little tangent. Okay, let's see. Congratulations. Well, I'm almost at 6 months. 6 months will be next month. 5 months, I'm almost there. Keep exploring. You will really love Tanzania, the people more. Yes, I do. Okay, so let me tell you guys a story. Maybe one day I'll take my camera out of my neighborhood. But so I go on like evening walks in my neighborhood, and you see the same people over and over. And like by where I live, there's there's this open kind of studio of people sewing. And there's this older man and like these two young women that are sewing on sewing machines. And I walk by, I always, say hi, make eye contact with people. And, kept walking by, and the older guy's like smiling at me. He's like waving, telling me to come. Like he was just like so excited to meet me. And he's like, Mambo, I'm like, Poa. And then, he's like, where are you from? I tell him where I'm from. And they were just like so excited that I was here, that I was in their neighborhood, that they see me all the time. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to come back on my walk back. And then, on the walk back, I talk to them more. That feels good to know that people notice you in your community and they want to see you and they're happy to see you. That feels really good. And then there's another guy who owns a little fruit stand up the road. It's like a little bit of waste for me. But I always try to like go by, support him, buy some fruit from him. And we just talk sometimes for an hour. I'll just hang out at his stand and talk. He's an older man. He has like a couple of younger kids. And, he tells me his struggles. He tells me his dreams sometimes. Like, it's just, I'm the type of person that I love to connect with people one-on-one. I'm not very big on like big groups because I get a little like anxiety. I'm more of like I'm not really good at surface. I'm more good at like one-on-one. So for me, and because I'm very just curious, I want to know about people's lives. I want to know like their story. So it's it's nice to have that opportunity to get to know people within the neighborhoods that you live. Because I feel like sometimes, at least for me in the US, you don't take that time to, not saying every neighborhood, but for the most part, I lived in a ton of different neighborhoods in LA as post living in New York. And my neighbors weren't interested in getting to know me, like the local whatever shop, they didn't care if I walked by or not. Like, you could be there or not be there. Like, people are just really concerned with themselves. So it is really nice to be in an environment where you know that like when people are happy that you're here and they're looking out for you. So that feels really good and feels like something that I really needed. So, okay, let me look back at these comments here. Hello there. Thank you. I'm only wearing one because I'm just like on this side because I don't know where the other one is. Thank you. I'm really trying to live a beautiful life. I think that is our birthright and that we have, one, the right to live the life that we want to live and that we can create the life that we want to live. I strongly believe that, and I'm so adamant about that. I just cannot live just a regular life. And I've been in situations where I was really down and depressed and like really unhappy. So I know that life is short and, it comes at a blink of an eye, and you have to get the fullness of life. You have to experience as much as you can experience in this life. And the beautiful thing about literally leaving everything, packing your little suitcases and coming across the globe where you don't know anybody is that there are literally people waiting for you. They're waiting for you. They don't know it, but they're waiting for you. And that feels good because I feel so connected to so many people here. And that it warms my heart. It really does. Especially just, the idea of like coming back to the motherland. I think we do romanticize it, and there is like a little tug of war with that concept, but there are people on your journey, whatever your assignment is, like whether you're supposed to stay or you're supposed to move or you're supposed to contribute or start something, there are people who are waiting for you to show up for yourself. And I feel like this year I really was like, you know what, I'm going to show up as my full soul self, exactly where I am. I mean, my first video, I was literally at my heaviest weight, heaviest. And I will be talking about that journey in a couple of months, but I was just like, I'm just going to show up as myself. I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to hide anything. And I did. And I just been showing up, and I feel so much like love from this community that I'm building, and just the support from you guys. And it means a lot. It really does touch my heart, because I can feel the energy, the positive energy. And, you know, I get the emails, I get the comments, I get people who are now part of, you know, the Full Soul Travel community. It means a lot. And that is the aspect of, like, there are people waiting for me to show up. You know, like, you guys wouldn't get this perspective of travel, though there are tons of people who are travel vlogging, but I have a very unique eye, and my soul is very unique. So I feel honored to be able to share with you guys. And, you know, I take it very seriously. I don't take it as like, I'm not out here trying to be famous. I'm just trying to, like, share what's in me, because it has to come out. Because when it doesn't, that's when you are miserable, when you feel sick, when you're looking or you're jealous. It's like when you're not in a state of creation. That's like the law of nature. Like, we should always be reflecting what nature is giving us. So, okay, let me get back to these comments. Yes. Letting the trivial things go, absolutely. And that is a constant day-to-day thing, because it's not like it's just magic and I'm this perfect person. I have to always reflect on, like, my behavior, the way I think about other people and myself. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Dada. Oh, congratulations and thank you. I'm so glad that you are our first member of the Full Soul Travel community. So I appreciate that. And if you guys don't know, I just opened up a membership program. There are 3 levels. I really hope that you guys will take a look at it and join. I have a ton of content that I want to share with you guys that is exclusive. And just a way, if you love my content and you want to support the channel, it really does help a lot, as I'm growing with the production costs. There's so many different behind the scene things that people don't realize, all the work that goes into, like, creating these vlogs and creating these interviews or whatever I'm creating. It does take a lot of time and energy. So I do appreciate that. And if you guys will come join, come on the Full Soul Travel membership program, I promise you will not regret it. So thank you. Asata, Africa Bound. I appreciate that so much. Mambo, Dada, how are you guys? Same Mambo. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that area, Moshi, I'm gonna definitely spend some more time there in the future, but I was like, I could live here. I could just build my home or have, like, my wellness retreat home there. Like, I wish I had more time there, but I definitely want to spend more time, because it's gorgeous. And actually all my friends that all my friends that are from, like, Arusha area, they always say that they love that area way more than Dar es Salaam. But people are here in Dar es Salaam because business is here, money is here. But the real beauty is, like, deeper out into Tanzania. So I look forward to, we actually just passed through Lesotho, which is in the Tonga region. So I look forward to going to that region, definitely going back to Kilimanjaro. And I actually committed to myself that I want to hike the mountain in a year. So I'm getting my butt in shape, because that hike that I did I was one, kind of out of shape, and I kept slipping and falling, and just, like, it was a hot ass mess, excuse my French. But I was just like, I would love to hike the Kilimanjaro mountain. So I'm gonna give myself a year. Hopefully this time next year, you guys will be seeing that content because it's the biggest mountain in Africa. I mean, I would still even love to hike Everest, which is in China, Nepal area region. But it is, I love hiking. I love nature. I'm such like a nature bae. Like that is, I'm a Taurus, so we're Earth people. So that is definitely a goal of mine. So when you come here, or if you're here already, Moshi, if you want like a different type of lifestyle that's completely different from city, or maybe you are from the countryside and you just like the countryside, but you want the African style countryside, that region will definitely give you that for sure. I don't know what y'all are laughing at. Maybe something I said. Hey, LA. What's up? Born and raised myself from Los Angeles. How do I, so I think it's from, if you're on a laptop and then you add somebody, that's how, it doesn't ever work from my phone, but like from a laptop it works. Let's see. Yes. Oh, okay. You guys are talking amongst each other. Hello there. Hi. How did, I'm losing these comments. How did I get out of a dark space? Depression is not easy to be in. Just curious. So for me, I went through a couple of dark spaces, and how I look at those times, especially particularly the last time, which actually led me on the trajectory of literally being in front of you right now. I look at those experiences as God, the creator, almost like taking you out of like the gutter, the seed of who you are, taking you out of this gutter and planting you in soil. And when you're in soil, it is dark, it is black, you don't know what it is. But, you know, they say there are growing pains. When you grow, there are growing pains, and you eventually have to like just be in that darkness, sit in stillness, and eventually you'll start to bloom. And what you guys are now seeing is the blooming of my own dark space. And I went through a period, I would say in 2018, where I just felt very numb, and I didn't understand why, and I felt really unfulfilled. Like nothing was necessarily wrong, but I felt very unfulfilled. And I started to like listen to that inner voice, and I kept hearing like this word, stillness. I recommend like you guys check out my India vlog that I created about going on a 10-day Vipassana meditation, but kind of tell that story of it was like over the summer, and I just went through this like depression, and I started to listen to that inner voice, which is the creator within you. And I just kept hearing this word stillness, and I didn't really know what that meant, but I just kept following that voice. And I went on like a 2-day solo trip to Joshua Tree. If you don't know what Joshua Tree is, it's the desert in California, and it's supposed to be very like healing and spiritual, and like you could see all the stars. It's really beautiful. It's desert. And I went there, and I just could not, I felt so distracted, like almost like avoiding myself. And I think that a lot of people go through life avoiding themselves because it's hard to like really face who you are, your disappointments, your challenges, your mistakes, and get to like really getting past all those layers and like really loving the good and bad parts of yourself. And I just kept following that voice. I knew that it was something deeper. So a few years ago, I had randomly met this like white girl that was solo traveling. And at the time, it wasn't something that I was really interested in, but she told me she went on a silent retreat for 10 days. And I thought she was weird. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, that's some white people stuff. But for whatever reason, that memory came back and I started to just like investigate. And at the time, I was looking in California and Malibu area, and it was like you can go on a silent retreat for $5,000 in Malibu, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying nobody to be quiet like that. So I just investigated more, and as you're on your path, like people will show up and leave little crumbs, and that's what happened for me. Someone eventually told me there's a place in Thailand called Vipassana meditation, and I looked that up, and I was going to go to Thailand, and then as I researched it, I saw that it was an Indian-based meditation technique, and at the state that I was in, I just wanted to go directly to like the source. So I decided to go to India, and from that decision to take this 10-day course and maybe tour around India for like a week, I just decided that I just really needed to be in India, and I really need to travel. And I didn't know why. And I really do strongly believe like it was God pulling me out of that darkness and planting me in like new soil, and my ancestors guiding me, because I believe that, you know, travel is something that's so like important to me. And that trip to India literally changed my life. I had no idea what I would be embarking upon, who I would meet, and it opened up a new side of myself that I didn't really know existed, or maybe that I pushed aside. And I was really allowing myself to be in the moment through the meditation course. And I still think you should watch that video because I go more in depth about that experience. But through that course, I learned that you're either living in the past, which is like a state of anxiety, which is very common. I still struggle with that. Or if you're living in the future, if you're living in the past, it's a state of depression. If you're living in the future, it's a state of anxiety. And that we should be focusing on living in the present and the now, because literally all we have is the moments, every moment. So if you're constantly like, I'm in this moment, you can't possibly be thinking about the past or the future. You're just living in the moment. So I feel like for the first time in my life, I literally allowed myself to live in the moment, and I opened myself up. I said yes to things that I would never say yes to. And it felt like a journey of a lifetime, honestly. It felt like an adventure. I felt like I was in my own movie, that I was like the star of my own movie. And I think that as a Black woman, especially because of all the things that as Black women we carry, we hold on to, we take care of, we deserve adventure. We deserve excitement. We deserve travel. That's why travel is so important to me. We deserve these experiences that are like almost out of this world. And after that experience, I definitely came out of that dark place. I started to bloom, and I realized how much I was dishonoring myself by not traveling, and how much I loved being in India. And I was just like, if I love being in India, I can't imagine how I'll feel in Africa. And I just knew when I came back that I was coming to Africa. And I did it. I told myself that I wasn't not moving back to LA, that I was on a long layover. That was like the mindset I had. I mean, it took a year and a half, but the mindset was like, this isn't home anymore. Africa is home. And I didn't know exactly where I was going to go in Africa, but I knew that if I came back and was like, got back into like the regular swing of life, then maybe I couldn't get here. That I had to know that this was just a layover, that my bags are packed, and then eventually I was going to be on a plane somewhere else, and but not just like on vacation, like to live somewhere else, to see different parts of myself. I think that for me, travel is, there are pieces of yourself throughout, scattered around this globe, and you can only unlock those pieces until you go to those places. So, you know, India unlocked a huge piece in my heart that can't be closed. So that's a short, long answer to your question. I hope that helps you at all. I hope that helps you. And I hope that, you know, through my content that you guys kind of feel my intention, because that's always my intention, to kind of give you guys that feeling. So yeah. Well, let me get back to the comments. You're one of a million. We're here. We hear you, sis. Santi. Okay, let me see. I think you guys talking amongst yourselves. Yeah, I actually do have. That's so funny that you said that. I was just talking to my friend. She was like, "When is your website going to be done?" I have a website that's coming. That's a merch line and other things. But yes, I will be making that. Oh, nature. Okay, I'm gonna make that a t-shirt. Thank you. Hey there, peace and love. Do you think being in Tanzania has helped ease depression? I don't think it's necessarily like, okay, so the thing about, and this is what my aunt tells me sometimes, it's like, wherever you go, there you are. So it's not necessarily about the location change per se. It's more about like the intention behind like your actions and how you choose to show up daily. You know, if you have a meditation practice, if you have other things, an outlet to let go of stress. And it does help to be doing something that you love, creating. And I'm not going to say that I haven't had days where I just feel down, because I have, but I would not say I've had depression at all. And I wouldn't necessarily say that it's eased it, because it's something that I haven't felt in a while. But I will say that I feel like I'm more in a state of, I'm more inspired by my state. I'm more like connected to myself. I just, just walking down the street, I mean, seeing Black people every day, seeing Africans every day, seeing the Maasai. Like the Maasai, to me, they stand out like no other. They're so regal. I mean, these are things that we don't see ever in America. And the things that we see in the media that are portrayed of Black people, Black women, Black men are very negative in comparison to who we truly are as Africans. And to see that every day, it's life-changing. So I don't even know if that answered your question, but hello there. Yeah, I try to be, I mean, this is just who I am. Like I said, I'm going to show up as my full self. So you guys are just going to get to know me, who I am authentically. This is like literally Marian. So I do try to share, because I know that you go through things not only for yourself, someone else could take from what you've been through and it could help them on their journey. I know that we all go through times where we struggle, and it's not something, especially amongst the Black community, that we like to talk about. And it's something that is real, that we have to deal with. And I think that's why I try to make a lot of my vlogs very almost like meditative. I want people to come and have like an ease, that they feel ease, like they can just come and like put down their bags and just enjoy, rather than it being like heavy or like just drama. There's so much like negative images and media, even within this community. So I try to you know, from the music that I picked to even like this last vlog, that was if you watch the vlog, it was very meditative. I mean, I intentionally created it like that because I wanted you to feel like a euphoria or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not you. Well, yeah, euphoria, like almost like you're floating with me as I was walking, even though I did add in like some more real moments in that, but I wanted you guys to feel what I was feeling because it is important to see that aspect of this journey. And yeah, so let's get back to the comments. Let me see. Okay, you guys are talking amongst each other. Did I enjoy the banana beer? I just had a little tiny sip of it. I'm not much of a drinker, so and I do not like banana. Like eating a banana makes me sick. But because it was a beer state, it had alcohol. It wasn't bad. It had a unique taste. Like if I was a beer connoisseur, if that was like my thing, and I liked, because I know like people who drink beers, they like all these different types of beers. I can see people like really enjoying that. So yeah, it was maybe one day when I go back to that region, maybe I'll actually have, because I just had a sip, maybe I'll actually have a full like beer, you know, and just really try it out. But I do think it's cool because it's like a moonshine that's made from bananas, and I'm sure generationally it was created. So I liked that a lot. Let me see. Thank you for your honesty. Psychologically oppressing in the US now. Yeah. I think, you know, what helps is meditation, and what helps is music. Maybe I'll post the playlist. I made this whole playlist, like I call this Africa playlist. It's not necessarily African music, but I love music. And I was just listening to that because it helps me be here before I got here. They say when you want to create something, you have to envision it in your mind. So I think that if you're in a place where you feel oppressed and you want change, you have to envision what you want rather than focusing on like what's in front of you. You almost have to like tune out of everything. People may think you're crazy, but who cares? Tune out everything and envision what you want. I mean, when I was getting ready for India, I was watching every single Indian film, like a travel type of film, or even not all like the Bollywood stuff, but like, you know, some of the cool artsy films that were made in India, or like Eat, Pray, Love. Like I was watching everything. I was watching all these travel vloggers. I was watching all these food vlogs. I was literally in India before I stepped foot India. And I did the same thing when I decided that I was coming to Africa. I was watching everything I could to kind of like give me that feeling of already being here before I was here, so that my mind could get there before my body could. Because if your mind can't get somewhere, your body will never be able to get there. So if you are feeling, you know, oppressed by the state of America, about what's happening with the COVID and, you know, the racism and all that BS, envision the life that you want and literally just focus on that. Like almost like the other stuff does not exist. You have to really, really hone in on like what you want. And like I said, music helps, envisioning, dreaming, daydreaming, meditating, journaling, talking to other people, building a community of people who are like on that same path. That has helped me a lot, because here, I mean, back in LA, I definitely felt like the odd person out because nobody I know was interested in like what I'm doing. So, but I've always kind of been different in that sense. So, but here it's like you meet so many people that they want the same things out of life. You can have these conversations and you're not looking like the crazy person. that you want to travel or you want to stay here or whatever you want to do. Even, you know, some of my Tanzanian friends that I've met, it's the same thing. It's like you start to attract like-minded people. So you have to get your mind there before your body can get there. That is the best way I can. It's not even, you didn't ask me a question, but I'm answering it. Work your dream. Asante Sana, I'm not married. No rings on my finger. So in a state of singleness, but I'm not married. I'm dating. Yeah. Go for it. Live your life. Like, I meet actually a lot of older women here that have traveled by themselves. I mean, again, age has nothing to do with the fullness that you can experience in life. I would say absolutely go for it. Connect with people. Do your research. I have on the new membership program on my highest level, I have an option where I will be doing travel consulting. So if that's something that you feel like unsure about, and you want a little bit more coaching, I highly recommend you sign up for that, even if it's just a month and you kind of want a little bit more guidance. I've been traveling since I was literally a child. My parents were travelers, and you know, the first country that I went to like by myself was when I was 22. I went to London, and then I moved to New York by myself. I've always just been in like fearless in that sense. And I know a lot of people don't have the same mentality. So I would love to help people kind of come out of that mindset and really just go for it and like help them craft the experiences that they want. But also, some people in the comments were asking about the people who organize my group. I'm actually going to be teaming up with them to organize some trips for the diaspora, probably like in the months to come. So if that's something that you're interested in, you're going to be here or you're coming, you want to have an experience, please email me. Or if you're part of the discourse group, just DM me on that. And then if you want to be a part of the discourse group, you can sign up for the membership program, and then you'll get access to that on the second level. So I hope that helped you, Miss D. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you asking the same question twice? Let me see. Cool. How do I compare the weather there to Atlanta? Gosh, Atlanta is a city I try to like get out of my mind. It's not my favorite city in the world. The weather in Atlanta is humid. Here, it's not as humid. There is humidity here, but it's really hot here like all the time. Atlanta definitely has like the 4 seasons because it gets cold and then it's like hot Atlanta in the summer, and then kind of like in between. It's different because you know you're in the tropics, so anywhere on planet Earth within the tropics, you're gonna have similar weather. So whether it's like the Caribbean, Mexico, India, you know, Thailand, it's going to be more humid, you know, moisture in the air. But I think that I've gotten used to it. If you watch some of my earlier videos, I was like sweating like just by speaking because my body wasn't used to the weather, but I definitely know that I've adapted to the weather. And my skin has improved. When I was in LA, my skin was really, really dry. Like literally like my legs were like, in the wintertime, it gets really dry. It's like, doesn't matter how much shea butter, oil, butter, whatever I put on scrubs, like it would just be dry as AF. So, but when I got here within the first week, my skin was like baby soft just from the weather. I think that naturally as Africans, let me plug in my laptop. Hold on, you guys. Pole. Ah, okay, pole. Dude, my batteries died. Okay, pole sana. That means I'm sorry very much. I think as Africans, like we're meant to be like this is the weather for our skin, like the sun, our melon, our what is the word? Our melanin. Our melanin needs the sun, it needs the moisture, it needs these tropical fruits, it needs coconut water, it needs even the fish here, it needs the meat here, it needs all of that. It is a big difference in my skin since I've been here. And also I felt the same. I actually felt because India was way hotter, I felt my skin was like super glowy there because it was just so hot. Let's see. Hey, I'm glad you made it, A Ford. Welcome. I can't wait to go home to Tanzania next year. My dream is to travel to all the islands on the Indian Ocean. Yes. Are you go home to Tanzania, meaning you're a Tanzanian going home, or just going home to Africa and you want to travel to Tanzania? It was like that for me in Hawaii. My hair and skin love the sun there. Yeah, I mean, Hawaii is within the tropics. I think that melanated people need to be anywhere within the tropics, like 100%. I mean, outside of living in Africa, I definitely plan on living in other tropical countries, or at least trying to be bi-coastal somewhere. It's not like America. Like it's not like, well, I don't listen to the news here, so I have no idea, but it's not like you hear, it's not like a constant state of can you guys see me? It's not a constant state of fear of getting sick, for one. People aren't wearing masks in certain areas, like where I live really close to Masaki, so sometimes when I go to the grocery store, people will be wearing masks. But overall, I would say that there is a knowing that, you know, the virus exists, but it's not something that people focus on. I think, you know, there is a agenda, like a PR agenda, to get people fearful of this virus that you just don't experience here. Yeah, so I don't know anybody that got it. I got sick in January. I don't know if I had it because I didn't get tested. But I did know when I went out, I was wearing a mask just to be, you know, respectful, and like if I did have something, not to share with people. But yeah, it's just not the same. Okay, thank you. I'll make sure I'll screenshot this message. Let me do that. Oh, cool. Tanzanian, born and raised, but raised in Britain, unfortunately. Well, I hope that you make it back here soon. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, it is very, very profitable. I mean, in that sense of not being in a country that is fear based, that's like the bag is the relief that you feel. It's like it's an ease here that you don't feel in America. And I mean, I know that a lot has happened over the last 5 months, so I can't even fully relate to like what's going on there, especially with the whole jabs that are happening that people are like getting. Obviously, people want to take care of their health and they want to feel safe and secure. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody for what they decide to do to their own bodies, but I just know that for myself, I just can't live in a state of fear. Like it's just what can you get from that? That's like the lowest vibration. So it's like, of course, you're gonna get sick if you're in a state of fear. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And congratulations on your recent move to Tanzania. Are you in Dar es Salaam? Are you in Arusha? Are you in Zanzibar? Are you in Mwanza? Are you in Tonga? I'm trying to think of all the other. I'm learning all the regions. But where are you? That's so amazing. I love when I hear people tell me that. Um, you are my business girl. No, I'm just playing. I love to share with you guys. I mean, my big vision that one day I'll share more of, but it really has to do with my parents, my mom in particular. Something that she was creating in Nigeria years, like when I was a child, but also having to do with her own health. She passed away from cancer like 15 years ago. So I just think about what I know about travel and and what I know about all the issues that Black people deal with, Black women deal with, Black men. And through my travels, especially particularly to India, because India is known for to be a healing country, a spiritual country. And I met so many white people that were just like, I was strung out on heroin, so I came to India to heal. I was this, I was that. I came to India to heal. And just I think the luxury of like taking time off to like focus on their healing is something that we haven't been privy to. I think it's something now that's slowly becoming a little bit of a norm, but for the most part, I think within Black women, but I think as a whole, people just feel like they got to be working constantly. And that's even here in Africa. I'm not even talking about, I'm saying as a collective of people, a race. It's not something that we really put that much priority into, but it's something that we need. So I want to create a space that is one beautiful and that is peaceful, that you can come and just like almost like a wellness boutique hotel feeling vibe. That's like my big goal. Hopefully, not hopefully, yes, eventually I will create it and I'm manifesting the money for it. But just to have a space that I would want my mom to be in so she could heal. I would love to have like an organic farm and, you know, a music room, painting, like incorporating play and healing. I think that we forget the aspect of play and how important play is in our lives, that we shouldn't take life as seriously, even though it is serious, but we shouldn't take life as serious, and how art is very important to us because we have a right and left brain. One is a creative side and one is a logical side. So it goes against nature to fully be in the logical constantly. You need to have a balance of creativity and logistics or whatever. So I would love to give that to our people and to host retreats, but just like if you wanted to come for a month or 3 months and just be, that is my big dream, to have like full soul wellness center. So yeah, that is what I'm working towards. But actually if you're here in Dar es Salaam, I would love to connect with people because I am going to be offering sound bowl meditation classes. That was like on my to-do list, but I'm just getting around to it. I found a space, and actually June 12th will be the first class, so I will be announcing that. But I highly recommend you email me or you get in the group, the Discord group, you become a member. But I will be putting that out on the community tab. I don't really use Instagram on this part of my journey as far as like what I'm doing here in Tanzania. So the best way for that information is through the community tab. So make sure that you guys are, one, subscribed, and two, you have the notifications on so you don't miss it. But I'll definitely be doing a live or some other reminder. But I hope to connect with people here, and kind of create that community amongst us, not only the diaspora, but whoever here who wants to join, and be a part of that. Because I think that meditation is like where creation starts. You have to like empty out your mind. And I think that we don't always feel like we have the time to do that, whatever that means. But just to hold space for one another. I think that, there's power in that. And if you don't know anything about sound bowl meditations, it is one of the most powerful state of meditation because of the vibration that is released and how it is connected to your body. And our bodies are 70% water. So your body is literally vibrating off of this high frequency, and that helps to level out your chakras. And if you don't know about chakras, we all have different energy centers within our bodies, and a lot of the times they will be blocked due to trauma, due to unhealed things, due to not pursuing your dreams, due to disappointments, whatever. So you may have areas in your life that you have challenges in, but literally that energy point within your body is blocked. So, and that's when people get diseases, because our body is rhythmic, and it's like it's all connected. Everything is connected. So when we don't honor ourselves and our bodies to give it time to rest and give it time to nurture and heal, that's when a lot of issues happen. But also when we come all the way here, if you're still holding on to that pain, that hatred, all that stuff, that's going to affect your inner self. And so I want to have a space for people who are here to kind of help them release that baggage. And even people who are here that this may be a new concept or whatever, for them to take part in that experience, because it really is beautiful. And I do try. One of you guys, you noticed it in my videos. I think you commented earlier, like, oh, this is full soul sound bath, forest bath. I try to incorporate those little bit elements within my videos, like I said, to be meditative. Like subconsciously, you're not realizing maybe what you're experiencing, but I'm very intentional about, what I put out to you guys. So, yeah. I'm open to what is my affirmation? I am open to receive all the goodness and abundance that life has to offer for me. So that is the answer to that question. Whatever, life has to offer me on the motherland, I'm open to receive it daily. Yeah. Thank you. I don't find the men here very aggressive. I've been in other countries, like for instance, India, or even in LA or in Brooklyn. I've been in other places where I felt like men were very aggressive. I don't find the men here to be like extremely, I don't get that I don't get that same energy. I know that men can't be aggressive here, but I've been in other places where it's like very intense. So, yeah. Oh, wonderful. Well, I hope that you can come on the 12th, Dada. One of my videos, the safari video, we drove through Morogoro. Wait, am I thinking Morogoro? It's like the mountains, not too far. Yeah, I've been through there. I went to the Mikumi National Park. You should check out that vlog that I did. It's called the Epic Safari Trip, and then I went to go see the Maasai in the Mikumi National Park region. But I haven't like spent time in Morogoro. Something that I want to do definitely in the future. What? Cool. No, I want to go. I definitely want to go, especially I connected with the unapologetic nomads, and they're back in Rwanda. So it feels good to like feel like I know somebody there. But I've been watching a lot of their videos, and Rwanda seems so beautiful. So I was just thinking today, like maybe planning a trip this summer to go visit there. I'm good. I'm well. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You look good in that makeup. My lipstick, I'm not wearing like, there's no foundation or anything, but thank you. Just, I put on a little, I was trying to create this video earlier, but the sound quality came out really bad. Yes, Mikumi is the region in Morogoro. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is a little 5-month update. I highly recommend you guys go back and rewatch because they kind of got a little deep with you guys. But I do want to invite someone to come join the live. So I'm going to put it up here. And then I just want to let you guys know that I do have a membership program that is open on YouTube. If you go to my page, you click join, there are 3 levels. If you love what I'm doing and you want to contribute towards the production, but also get more content and a better way to connect. And the highest level is a travel consult. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend you signing up. I would love, love, love you guys' support. It would mean so much to me. And I'm putting the link in if you guys want to come say hi, because I haven't done one of these lives with you guys. And I love talking to y'all and connecting. What activities do you suggest an auntie moving to Dar? How do you stay relative and engaged? An auntie. Well, auntie, what do you like to do? I mean, there's so much to do, from shopping to walking around to the beaches to different restaurants to, the nightlife. It really just depends on like what you're interested in. But, as an auntie, if you were my aunt, we would just be going around. We would just be getting into stuff. Yeah, so it really depends on like where you land, who you meet, what your budget is. There's so many different other layers. So if you want more help, then like I said, you can become a member and we can discuss further. But yeah, here is the link to the yard stream if you want to come contribute to this live stream. If not, it's all good. I'm fine chilling by myself with y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your very kind comments lately. I've noticed them, and I appreciate you. Erica, are you Nigerian, Erica? Okay, so I mean, you can get involved in so many things here. I think that you won't have a problem like integrating here. I think you will be fine. He meant economic activities, I think. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Who? Who is he? Oh, okay. That's where your last name came from. Okay. I'm not familiar with that last name. I thought maybe it was like Nigerian. But you met him in Kenya. Oh, that's exciting. Congratulations. I'm an auntie too. Oh, thank you. Um, I'm really hot, you guys. I don't know why my apartment is really hot right now. I think it's this little light. It's scaring me out a lot of heat. I think your relevance and engagement will find you. Thank you, Auntie. Shout out to all the aunties watching. I love my aunties. I love my actual real life aunties and the aunties on here. Seriously, I do. I'm such an auntie girl. Like I'm a true aunties girl. I've only been to a few regions in Tanzania. I still have not been to Zanzibar. I will go soon. I have certain reasons why I haven't been, which I will let you guys know once I'm there why I waited so long to go to Zanzibar. But I've been to only the Kilimanjaro region and then Morogoro. But I do plan on exploring other regions. I'm really fascinated with Mwanza region. I have a friend who's from here, from there, and he just tells me about different tribes there. Also in Baya, I feel like that is my personal tribe. That's what people say I look like because they are beautiful chocolate complexion, dark chocolate complexion, and they're tall and they're bigger compared to at least what I see here. A lot of the people here are more smaller in frame. So I'm interested to seeing those tribes and getting to know that region. I know, like you said, there's 20 plus regions. I don't know all of them, but eventually I would love to just see other parts of Tanzania because I have no idea what's out there. Like even going to the Kilimanjaro region, I was blown away. Like I had no idea it looked like that. What economic activities do you think you might get involved with shortly? I don't. You mean like a business? Like what does that even mean? Economic activities? Like spending money? I spend money daily. Or you mean a business? Or do you mean like contributing? I do have, I am working with an orphanage. So we're going to have like a community day where we're teaming up with a builder who's creating these beautiful tables and benches and chairs for the kids to have a place to do their homework and also a place to eat off of. So that's going to be coming up this week. You'll see the videos for that. But that is a project that I'm working on. I'm not really sure if that's answering the question, really. Oh. Yes, I'm learning Swahili. Kidogo Kidogo, but I'm learning Poli Poli. I'm learning daily Swahili. I think it's kind of impossible not to learn Swahili while you're living in a country that speaks the language. But like I've said in other lives or videos, you know, everybody has different learning curves to language. So I'm learning as best as I can. And, you know, I think I'm starting to understand more. I think naturally I understand more than I could speak faster. So I'm understanding, and the more time I spend with Tanzanians, I think I spend more time with Tanzanians than I do with Americans. I know more Americans here, but I think I spend more time with Tanzanians. So the more I can only learn. Like I'm only forced to learn since I've been here. Okay. Yeah, I need to figure out when I'm gonna go to Zanzibar, what part of Zanzibar, how long I'm gonna be in Zanzibar. I really hope I don't feel like why didn't I move to Zanzibar? But there's so many beautiful aspects of Zanzibar that I would love to explore. And I want to do go to the Spice Island, not the Spice Island, the Spice Market. Yeah, I look forward to that. Activities to earn you income. What activities do I do here in Tanzania to earn me income? I don't do activities. I just create. Yeah. They're asking what tribe you're from. She's not from Kenya though. She's married to a Kenyan. Anyways, you guys, let me see. I'm gonna put this up again. If somebody wants to come on the live and chill for a minute. But yeah, it I'm just like I'm so happy to have been here for 5 months. Really, 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 really happy. And I hope to continue this journey here, and then also explore other regions and but also other countries in Africa. Um, yeah, I think about like there's so many young people who are coming here or even older people. I feel so inspired by both. I feel very inspired by people who are coming here with their children, their families. I feel inspired by other people who just came by themselves. I think that there's no move greater than the other, that we all are doing very life changing things that the average person would not do. And it's commendable. I love it. I really do. And it's just a beautiful time to live in the world right now. With all the chaos, with all the stuff that's going on, it's still a beautiful time to live in this world. When you think deeply about like why you are here, why you were here during this time, you could have been here during slavery period, you could have been here like 2,000 years ago, you could be here 3,000 years later, but you're here at this particular time. You always have to ask yourself why. But those who are from America or from the UK or from the Caribbeans that are chose to leave and they're here in Africa this time, it's really really special. It's like it's like writing history. Like we're living in the moment of like we are writing history. So that is really special. And those of you who have those same aspirations and desires, do not give up. Like I said, if you haven't heard the beginning of this talk, go back and listen. Just keep focused on like mentally being there. And that applies to other aspects. That's something that I'm still applying in other aspects of my life, like mentally being at my goal weight, mentally being at the financial level that I want to be in, mentally being in the relationship that I want to be in, mentally having my wellness hotel, like all those things that I want to achieve. You have to like mentally have it here before you can have it here or physically. So yeah, does anybody want to come on the live tonight? Anyways, how is everybody's Sunday doing? How are you guys feeling? And then let me know in the chats like where you're tuning in from. A couple of you guys said LA and then Michigan or Detroit or something. Let me know where you guys. I know. Yeah, some of you guys are in Mexico or Atlanta, but I want to know where you guys are tuning in from, where you guys are watching this Full Soul Travel channel. And again, I just want to remind you guys that there is a membership with the channel. So I highly suggest you join. I would really, really love that. We have our first member, so it's very exciting. I really appreciate that. But I would love to see you guys on the other side of this channel. Let's see here. Tuning in from San Diego. Hey now. You know, for someone who born and raised in Los Angeles, I have not spent that much time in San Diego. It's quite a shame, but I know that San Diego is very beautiful. Princeton, New Jersey. Okay, Auntie. London, England. Okay. I studied abroad there. I lived like right in the heart of London, in like Piccadilly Circus area. From my little study abroad that I did. Oh wait, okay. I definitely want to visit this region. Is that the capital? I think that's the capital. The Yay area. I also have lived in Oakland. My sister used to live there for like 5 years. I have a bunch of family in like the Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento area in the Bay. So I know the Bay pretty well. Tuning in from the UK, it is 9:50 here, a bank holiday weekend. Oh, okay. I'm just looking at the time. How long have I been on this live? Yeah, it's 11:52 here. Asante Sana Dar es Salaam. Is that what that means? I think that's what that means. Oh, it was cool. I went to American school there, so I didn't really feel like I got to like get the fullness of living in the UK. I didn't get to know anybody from the UK. Hey, Philly. I have a couple of friends from Philly. Ireland. Ooh, it's cold. Dublin, Ireland. Okay, yeah, my sister used to live by Lake Merritt, which is really beautiful. I think she moved out like right before it like gentrified, kind of how like Brooklyn gentrified, where it got really expensive and a bunch of, you know. Okay, San Bernardino. I definitely know San Bernardino very well. Yes, Dodoma is the capital. It is the grape region. No, I haven't had the grapes here at all. I need to try them. I didn't know. So is there wineries there too? Yes, it's the capital. Come visit. We have lots of grapes waiting for you. Oh, you just answered my question. Dodoma wine as well. Okay. Yes, fullsoultravel@gmail.com. That is the email, Auntie. Love BK before gentrification. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was in Brooklyn from 2008 to 2013, and I feel like that was just the best time to be there because it was also pre like Instagram. So you just literally would like enjoy your life rather than like posting enjoying your life. Yeah, it was a beautiful time in Brooklyn. Okay. Hey now. I've never heard of this region in Tanzania. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, you know, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in on this little Sunday live. 5 months. It will be 5 months tomorrow, officially. Going into June. Yeah, feels good. Trying to decide if I'm gonna stay in my apartment, if I'm gonna find a new place. My lease is up in like the middle of July, so I have like 6 weeks to kind of decide what I'm gonna do, or if I'm gonna travel, or what I'm gonna do. But let me see. Uh-oh. Who's this texting me? Sorry, guys. Okay, I think I have to get off this live because my internet bundle just went away for this live. You moved from BK 2004 to LA. Okay, so you were there you were there for a minute. So you're in LA now. Hello from London. Recently I've been getting quite a few, but I think there's something going on politically with the power. I don't know. Like the other day, my power went out the entire day. That was like actually the longest. Usually it will go out for a couple hours, but it was like when I woke up, the power was off until the evening. So it was like all day. That was the first time that happened. Oh, okay. Nice. I had a bunch of friends that lives in Harlem. I was actually going to live in Harlem before Brooklyn, but Brooklyn stole my heart, and I do not regret it at all because Brooklyn was amazing. But yeah, Harlem was different. I used to love going to Harlem, Spanish Harlem. Yeah, I loved Harlem. No, what? Just moved to Uganda. Congratulations. Wow, that's amazing. That's huge. Congratulations. No, I'm in Philly now. Moved around a lot, only stayed in LA for a year, couldn't do it. I feel you. I'm from there. I stayed in LA 7 years too long, honestly, after New York. Ugh. Near LA, while it's a beautiful city, it is, yeah. No, I lived in Bedside, do or die. I lived, if you know Brooklyn, I lived right off of the G train between Bedford and Nostrand. I lived actually the entire time in New York. I lived between Bedford and Nostrand on 3 different streets. So the first street was, if I can remember, oh my God, what was it? It was right off of Myrtle Avenue between Bedford and Nostrand. And then I moved to Gates Avenue, which was kind of a little hood. And then I moved to Clifton, which was my last place, which I had such a beautiful apartment. Me and my roommate had this huge 2-bedroom apartment that was pretty much two-bedroom apartments in one. So we had the entire floor. It was the party spot. I mean, everybody was at our house every weekend. It was like so much fun, like literally one of the funnest times of my life. Oh yeah, Clinton Hills. I love Clinton Hills. It was like just walk down there. Loved it. Such a beautiful neighborhood. LA, I mean, LA has downtown LA is not as clean. There's a lot of homeless people. I mean, but LA is still, I wouldn't call LA a dirty city though. It's still a beautiful city, but I like to see you the same way you look today. I don't know why. Asante. Asante. I've been saying Asante wrong because I want to say Asante because that's in the English language we say, anyways, but I've been practicing saying it right. Asante. I've been saying Asante this entire time. But Asante Sana, it's not rolling off my tongue yet. Oh, cool. That's beautiful. Tuning in from Ohio, looking forward to visiting Dar and Rwanda in 2022. Ooh, we're almost 6 months to 2022. What are you going to do in 2022? Let's see. I don't know where that part is either. You're speaking French to me, so I'm gonna have to look up those regions. I've never heard of either of those. Uh, okay, you guys are talking amongst each other. So yeah, you guys. Again, there's a new membership program membership perks to this channel. I highly recommend you guys joining and checking it out. I would appreciate that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna log off now. My camera keeps going in and out because I think my data is gonna run out. This is the reality. Still haven't figured out the data thing, and then I need to top up my hotspot that I have. So I have to do that tomorrow. But let me see. Oh, Tanzania and Liberia. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for who stayed on the entire time. Thank you guys for tuning in. There's going to be more content coming out this week. And again, if you are here in Dar es Salaam and you want to connect on the 12th, I'm having a sound bowl meditation class. I'll put more information with that. And then also we're going to be doing a like community service day volunteering with the orphanage. And more information about that is going to be coming up this week as well. And if you do want to connect and you want to be a part of the discourse group, which is a private travel group that I have that has tons of like information about moving here, but just in general, like I have a mixture of like there's some Tanzanians on there, and then there's people who are here, and then there are people who are wanting to come. You can now connect through the membership program. I had it open, so if you didn't join before, then you can join now, but that's through the membership program. So I will see you guys later this week, and please like, comment, and share the videos. And thank you guys for your support. Thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you guys. And again, if you're just checking in, I highly recommend you watching the beginning of this replay because I think it was pretty good, some of the topics that we're talking about. So peace and love, you guys. I will talk to you soon.